speaking? God asked me, he said, will you preach if there are 10 people in the church this Sunday? And I said, of course I will. Will you preach if there are 5 people in the church? I said, of course I will. And then he said, will you preach if there is 1 person sitting in the church? And I said, of course I will. So it is really exciting. It's more than 1. That's a good start, isn't it? If you haven't seen me here, any visitors, because I'm just a supply preacher. And God knows
Rubbish.
this. God knows this because this Sunday suited me best. And I knew I could do this Sunday, so God knows when we are available and when He needs us and when He calls us and sends us.
Yes.
Now, I made effort today because I thought you have heard lots of testimonies, and testimony with a bit of accent and with my posh pajamas makes it a little bit different. Roger used to always call them posh pajamas. So I thought that I'm going to wear my posh pajamas today. I'm going to share my testimony today. If you're after a title, it is from Punjab to Chand. So it is a long story. I have tried to condense it as much as I could. And even if after condensing is quite long, so please, please, please prepare your heart if it is too long. And do forgive me. And Marcus, let me know when you want me to share.
Yeah.
Okay? No, the thing is about testimonies, when somebody says, I'm going to share my testimony, we start thinking straight away, I wonder how powerful it is going to be. What has she done? How bad she was? How what brought her into, His kingdom? No, I'll stop you there. My testimony is not thunder and lightning. In fact, this is the first time since I came to England, I'm going to share my testimony in one episode because I never thought it was that powerful enough. And God has been really challenging me. And He said to me, I really want you to share your testimony today. So it's not going to be like Dan, because Dan recently shared his testimony. My testimony is very, very, very gentle. I think the start was very, very gentle. But I still believe that there was a big disco in heaven when I knelt in my bedroom. I knelt on my knees and I said, Lord, I give you my heart and I give you my life and be the Lord of my life. So the biggest power in every testimony is when somebody is born again. I believe you can enter into heaven with the sick body and there is no sickness in heaven. So you can enter into heaven with sick body, but you cannot go to heaven if you haven't made Jesus the Lord of your life. And that is the biggest miracle when somebody is born again. So I have divided my testimony into few sections, and you must be saying, come on, get on with it. First of all, I was born not so long ago it wasn't long ago. Not so long ago, just a few years ago. I was born in a lovely family. And if you know the culture of Pakistan, religion is the center of Pakistani culture. I do apologize to Margaret and Henry. You have just heard this one recently on Friday. Religion is the culture of Pakistani, is the center of Pakistani culture. And if you are not Christian, you are Muslim. And it's 99% actually Muslims in Pakistan and 1% Christians. And out of that 1%, 0.5% are actually committed, born again, and really on fire Christian. And I was one of the nominal Christians because the Christians, you actually can inherit religion. And what happened with me, because my parents, my grandfather was Muslim, my mother's side, they were Sikhs and Hindus. So I had a casserole of religion behind me. So I had to choose which one is the religion or which one is the relationship that I wanted. And I grew up in a family where my mom and dad, they became Christian through some American missionaries. My mom was in her hostel when she was studying, and my dad was on holiday in north of Pakistan, and he got saved there. So this is the first generation actually who is Christian. My mom brought us up, like I inherited Christianity, so my mom brought us up knowing the Bible, and I was so proud as a Christian, even when I was nominal Christian. My mom injected Jesus in us. She actually made us proud. She said, to be a Christian was the proudest thing on earth for me. So I grew up like that, and I went to school, and education is something as a Christian that you have to get. This is not a choice. If you want to have a good job, you need to get good education. Otherwise, you won't get any good job. So I went to St. Mary's School, a very good Catholic school, and then I went to college, and I got myself, and I went to university, I got myself a degree in psychology and education, so I was trained to be a teacher. And I loved it. I really, really loved being a teacher, because that was something that I always wanted to be, because my mom was a teacher, and I saw her. No, the thing is, when I became a teacher, I was the only Christian teacher in my school, because there was no students, there was no other teacher, and it was very hard for me. I mean, I have got endless stories about how you are persecuted as a Christian in Pakistan. And when I became a teacher, I remember I asked my caretaker, I said, can I have a glass of water? And she brought